Assalamu alaikum students. In this session, we will be dealing with the concept of science in Islam and the contributions of Muslim scientists. As in the previous lesson, I've already told you that you will be going through the Quranic verses that are given from page number 5 till 7. I hope you must have gone through them. So let's now begin with this. In page number 5, there is a big verse which I hope you must have gone through, in which we are being told regarding Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, who has been taught by the names of various objects, and when asked from the angels were not able to tell them. Now in this verse it is clearly shown that Adam is considered superior to angels because of the knowledge about the nature of things, which was given to him by the Almighty Allah. Now, in this the emphasis and the importance is given to Adam because of the knowledge that he has. This clearly indicates that how much important it is in our religion, in our deen, to seek knowledge. That is why we are directed to seek knowledge from cradle to grave, that is, from birth to death. In many ayah in the Holy Quran, it has been emphasized, it has been forced upon that we should observe and think and see the wonders of the world that we live in. We must observe, think and draw conclusions out of it that may direct us to the real reason of us being created. In Quran, it is stated in many verses that we have made from water every living thing. This ayah is on page number 6, Surah Al-Anbiya, ayah 30. Now this was stated way before the scientific discovery. Now we all know that science has discovered that every living being is composed of cell, and every cell has protoplasm. Protoplasm is a liquid-like substance which is usually called the living material. Now we know this because of the knowledge that we have, because of the technologies that we have. But when it was stated in the Quran, at that time we didn't have any such knowledge. So then also Allah has already stated that He has created every being, every living being from water. Not only that, but Allah has also stated, if you see the ayah on page number 6, and it is He who sends down water from the sky, and therewith we begin all from here till and the pomegranate alike and unalike. Surah Al-An'am, ayah 99. In this, the whole phenomena of the raining, and from the rain as the water goes down on earth, how the plants sprout, all this is explained. If you see the tafsir of this, all this is explained way before the scientific explanations came. Then on page number 7 we have the ayah of Surah Yasin, ayah number 38-40, where it says, and the sun runs on unto a resting place for him, that is the measuring of the mighty, the wise, and for the moon we have appointed mansions till she return like an old shriveled palm leaf. It is not for the sun to overtake the moon, nor does the night outstrips the day. They float each in an orbit. Now this whole phenomenon is also explained in Quran way earlier when he had the scientific evidence for it. Now we all know that the earth revolves around the sun. Not only this, but also the earth rotates on its axis. We know this now, but when this ayah was stated, we have none of these knowledge, but still it was being told that day and night are followed by each other. Now in this picture you can clearly see that this is the earth, this is the point on which Earth rotates. Here on this with the red arrows we are having the sun rays, the part, this hemisphere of the Earth which is being lighted by these sun rays. Here is the day, whereas on the other side, this side which is which is being shown a little dark, where the sun rays are not reaching, this is the night. And when, as per the rotation of Earth, after the 12 hours, this side will go to that side, and this side, which was night earlier, will go towards the day side, and hence sun rays will be falling on it, and that's how it will be now day, and the other side which was day will become now night. So in Quran we have seen that there are clear indications that man should observe, explore, and make the maximum use of what has been created by the creator of the universe. You are to learn the verses that are given from page number 5 till 7. They are very important. The next topic that we have is the contributions of the Muslim scientists. Now, unfortunately in history, many a times it is seen that the Muslim scientists are not given their due importance. The discoveries, the invention that they have made is not given due highlight as the Western scholars are. Here we are going to see how much our Muslim scholars have devoted towards the fields of science. Now in the Abbasid region, we had the Muslim scholars, thinkers and scientists started to study heavenly bodies. What are heavenly bodies? The huge bodies, planets that revolve around the sun, and made renowned discoveries. Now, these studies were made in an observatory. Now, what is observatory? An observatory is a structure built for the purpose of astronomical observation. Astronomy is a branch of science which deals with the study of stars, sun, moon, planets, all these heavenly bodies that are in space. Okay. So, under the region of Caliph al-Mamun, he laid the foundation of first observatory in Islam, and in that many Muslim scholars worked, such as Abbas bin Said, Yahya bin Mansur, Abu Tayyib Sunaid, Ali bin Isa, etc. The most important discovery that was being done in the observatory was that they at that time almost gave the circumference of Earth without having proper tools, which was later on when we had discovered it through proper tools, we found that the circumference that was being calculated by Muslim scientists had only very minor variation in figures. That means the Muslim scholars were very near to the true figure. The first scientist that comes is Jabir ibn Hayyan. Now Jabir ibn Hayyan is a very famous scientist that is given the name of father of modern chemistry. Okay, so we are going to continue this lecture in our next class, inshallah. You are required to go through the contributions of the scientists from page number 8 till 10. Assalamu alaikum.